Hey everyone, Melanie Muenchinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. Today I have a sneak peek and introduction for you for my newest set from Gina K Designs, Fabulous Flowers. I could not be more excited about this set. It comes out this Thursday, February 9th at Gina K Designs. So in this first video, I just want to give you a quick walkthrough of the set, and then I'm going to show you how to make a really simple single layer card with it. Some of these images might look a little bit familiar to you. This is a coordinating set for one of my best-selling flower sets, A Year of Flowers 2. So you've got all of these different sketchy, whimsical flowers that are going to work for all the holidays and seasons throughout the year. But in addition to that, and these are much smaller obviously, in addition to that, you're getting these bold images that are going to work as two-step fillers for these flowers. So you're going to be able to make some amazing arrangements with these tinier flowers, but also mixing and matching with the larger ones. In addition to that, I had room to give you some new greetings, some mirror images of the leaves so that you've got them in two orientations, and then all of these really cool vases. And these two smaller ones actually work as fillers for just water for these line art ones. These two obviously go together to fill it in entirely, but really fun for paper piecing and things like that. With 9 different types of flower images here, that's going to give you a total of 27 different looks, whether you're stamping the line art on your own, the bold, or stamping them together. And then of course, possibilities are endless once you factor in all the different color combinations that you can do. So let's get to the card. What I'm going to be working on today, I'm going to be stamping with the MISTI, and I'm making this card on a piece of Gina K Pure Luxury Heavy Base Weight cardstock, so the markers are not going to show through. So I just explained that there are actually fillers for all of these flowers, but today I'm going to show you just some really simple coloring with alcohol markers. If you can scribble, you can color these. You already know that if you have the A Year of Flowers 2, how easy it is to fill these in, but the smaller ones are even faster. And then I'm going to use just the bold versions for the leaves and stems. So we're going to be using the MISTI so that I can lay all this out and then just do all of my black stamping at one time, but you could use a long block or you could just stamp them individually. This is just going to save time here. The markers that we're going to be using today, I have got the TB4 and TB5, the LV2 and the BP5, the GB5 and the GB4, the CR11 for that rose, and then I'm going to be using, where did it go? The IG4 for shadows under that vase, or those vases, excuse me. We're going to use a smaller block for stamping the little bold leaves and stems. And then I'm going to be using a Tuxedo black pad by Memento for my stamping, something that's going to work with alcohol markers. And then for my colored stamps, I've got the Gina K Designs Ocean Mist for the water, the Jellybean green for the leaves and stems, and then the fresh asparagus just to do some little accents. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this layout. So what I'm going to do is begin by putting down my card. And where did my other magnet go? Sticking to the bottom? They were both here before, so gotta look around for that. Gosh, now I feel like I just lost one in solidarity because I was just watching Gina's and she couldn't find her magnet. That's so strange. Okay, anyway, so let's place the vases. So I like to do the vases first, especially when I'm doing multiples, just because I'm going to be able to create a line there that they're all sitting on. So I've got that bold one, and then this one is drawn this way, but you can flip these over, or turn them rather, to give you a different shape. So now you've got one that has a wider base. This bold one, I'm going to put this one upside down as well so that it looks like it's narrower at the bottom. And then I'm going to use this small one for the rose. And then finally, just this line art one. So you see this is turned the opposite way as this one. So you get these all spaced out, and when you're laying them out on your card, they're all going to be facing down as if they were stamped against the paper. It'll flip the opposite way. But it's kind of nice laying it out this way because you don't have to figure out which way something is going, because it's going to look exactly as it is on the paper. So now I'm going to lay out my flowers. So I've got this sunflower, and I always put these just a little bit to the right or the left of the top of the vase because flowers don't stand straight up. Their stems don't go straight up. And again, I'm using the line art versions for each of these. Scoot this over just a little bit. And your card base can hang out when you're stamping with the MISTI. The tulip, I'm going to have to add that second one after I do all the stamping since I've got multiples in that vase. This flower is going to be over here. And then finally, I'm going to do this rose in the short container. Okay. And we can also stamp our greeting since I've got that in black. So I'm going to do the thanks. I like these little handwritten sentiments. It just makes the card seem really personal. Okay, so we've got all those laid out. So now what we want to do is we want to press this window against it to pick all these up. Press all over. Pull this away. And I'm going to turn this around so that you can see me inking it just because I don't have that much room. This is the large MISTI that Gina carries. So I'm just going to go over all of this with my black pad. And you're going to notice tiny little skips in the images for the line art. That's intentional just to give it a sketched look. I really want to focus on getting the bold vases as solid as I can. And I see a little bit of texture on here, and that's because I need to re-ink this pad. I have a re-inker on order. All right, so let me turn this back around. This moved a little bit when I moved it. I really need to have that other magnet, so I'll find that after the video, of course. Okay, so we're going to just lay this down. And my thanks moved just a little bit, it looks like, when I picked that up. That's okay, though. And so we're going to press all over. And then pull that up. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this out and I'm going to place just a piece of paper on here just to tap this off. Get those clean because I'm using a couple of them again. All right, so those are going to go back on the sheet and I'll do that in a moment. But you can do your stamping on here because you have this nice foam pad. The next thing that I want to do is I want to stamp that extra tulip. So I'll put that one right here. Okay. And now we want to stamp our leaves and our stems. So we want to do the stems first. And I want to position these so that it looks like they're going to be going up through the center of the flower. So I'm going to do all of these with the Jellybean, but you could do a mix since these are different types of flowers. If you want to do some in the darker green, you could totally do that. And I don't remember if I mentioned that I was going to be using sticky note for masking. So if you have some Post-it notes on hand, I want the green to go down into the vase on the ones that are looking like clear vases with the water. But even though this is black, if I didn't mask, you would see that stem. So I don't want that. So, and you can see that this can tilt either way, to the left or the right. You just turn it upside down if you need it to go the other direction. And that. Okay. And now, oh, and we got then with these. That one. That one. And now let's add some water. So we're going to do the water for these. I'm going to be using this small bold one on the bottom. You could fill it with the one that's completely solid, but this just looks like it's halfway full. Okay. And it's going to give you a little reveal around the edge, and that's the thickness of the glass. Okay. And now let's add some leaves. So we've got all different kinds of shapes of leaves, and there are certain ones that I feel like go better with some of the flowers than others, but there is no rule to it. So you mix them however you want. So I like to use this long smooth leaf for the tulips. And I think I'll put it here too. Sometimes I use the serrated edge one. You could use either one. And then I've got a mirror image of the leaf that I can use. Let me grab it. Where is it? Here. This is actually the serrated edge one. I'm going to use this one on the sunflower. Let's put that there. Then I want to use this one. It's kind of like a little fern here. And then the opposite one this side. And then finally I'm going to do one of these fat leaves that has a kind of serrated edge for the rose. And I'll do 2 leaves on this one. Okay, now I want to go back, and this step is optional, but I just really like how it adds some more dimension to it and kind of a more artsy feel with having an outline. I'm going to take the darker green ink, the fresh asparagus, and I'm going to use some of those line art pieces. So I'm doing these after, and this is just like a little accent. And you don't even have to press the whole thing on there. I just want just a little hint of the green. Okay. And then let's do one of the little fern ones. So just tap that on there. See, it just gives just a little hint of color and shading. And then I'm going to use this long one. There. And then I want to do this one, the sunflower. Okay, that's all I'm going to do, but you can trace all the leaves with those if you want. Now let's do some coloring. This is so simple. It's going to go so quickly. Try not to go too quickly though, so you can follow me. So first, let's just make a little shadow. So I'm imagining the light coming from the top. So we've got just making a little oval here, and maybe a little more towards this direction, thinking about the light coming down and that flower. And then off to the side here. Here. And finally here. And this is all you need. You don't need a really realistic shadow because these are sketchy flowers. It's supposed to look like something that somebody just came and sketched really quickly. Okay, now I'm going to take the TB4 and I'm just going to quickly just make some loops inside that flower. And then just a few little hits of the darker blue, and that was the TB5. Next, I'm going to fill in one of the tulips and the sunflower with this GB4. And so very quickly, I'm just scribbling it in. I like to have that white space, and I'm skipping over so I can have a different color in between. And then I'm going to use the GB5, which is this kind of more orange yellow, just to add just a little bit. And you can use the chisel tip or the brush tip. And I'm just putting just a little bit of that near the middle. Okay, now I'm going to use the CR11 on the rose. Actually, I want to use the bullet tip. And so I'm just kind of swirling it in there into the different areas. That's all I'm doing there. And then finally, I'm going to use this BP5, this bright pink, and just scribbling in to cover the majority of it, but not all. Okay, see how simple that is? And then we're going to take this LV2, this deeper purple, and we're just going to just do some flicks near the bottom to add some dimension there. Now, one thing that I forgot to do, I did go ahead and fill in these centers because I don't have a green marker, so I'm going to use my green pad, and I'm going to take this little two-step filler for the middle of these two flowers that have fillers and just pop that in. And then I'm going to use the larger one. And something I really like about these little squiggly filler pieces for the ones where you can see the seeds in the middle, These work really well as round flowers on their own, so that's kind of a fun new option that you have. And that's it. That's all the coloring, all the stamping that we're going to do on this card. So you just fold it up and you're finished. And that would have taken a lot longer if I had individually stamped all the different flowers and all of the bases, and I would have gotten a lot of ink on my fingers. Gotta find that other magnet though. But anyway, I'm going to be giving you a lot of videos for this particular set and mixing them with other coordinating sets that I have. Here I want to show you, this is another one that I did exactly the same except showing this. This is stamped with the bold ones to fill it in. So you see that just comes right up to the edge, and you can offset it a little bit if you like a little bit of a white highlight, but just so many different ways to do this. I love these flowers. I think you will too. Please come join us for our release party on Thursday night at Gina K Designs. Got lots of more fun projects and ideas and videos for you upcoming with fabulous flowers. Thank you for watching today. I hope you'll visit us at Stamp TV and Gina K Designs and visit my blog, Hands, Head, and Heart. Thank you for watching today. God bless.